nerds, what's up? Today we are going to be doing a bookshelf tour because I just recently redid my shelves. If you want to watch the reorganization video, I will link it down below. Now it is time, I think, to go through all of the books that I own and do a tour. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get into it because this is going to be a little bit of a long one. We're going to start off with some shaky footage here because I have to actually lift my camera since my tripod is not tall enough to reach all of this. But this is my shelf that's actually in my room and the one that I film in front of. This is the very, very top shelf. On the left-hand side, I have a bunch of pins that are Disney themed. This, on my right side, is my VidCon pass from 2015, and in a few months I'll have 2 of these. And I also have one of my time turners here from Harry Potter. So then this top shelf is just a bunch of little knickknacks. This ukulele was from my trip to Hawaii, as was that coconut shell thing that's behind here, and my conch shell. Those are all from when I went to Hawaii when I was little. All of my bookmarks and notes from people who belong to YouTube. Some college stuff that's back here. Some awards and things in that envelope. And then I have some bottles that I just collect. The 7-Up back there is a 7-Up bottle that I received when I was in China. And then this is one of these like weird Japanese drinks that you have to pop the glass thing in. And then that is a butterbeer from Harry Potter World in Florida from when I went a few years ago. I have a pop thingy of Daenerys that I got in an Owl Crate box. These little like granite horse and wolf that I got in New Mexico. Some of these weird boxes that you take them apart. That is from VidCon and it has a little poop on it. This was a stuffed animal that I gave my grandpa when he was in the hospital a long time ago. He's since passed. And then I also have a little drink me thing. Oh, you can't see it because it's not able to focus. But that was from Red. And then I also have some sample chapter things back here that I've gotten it at Y'all West and such. So that's the first shelf. Before we get started, I have my car here that used to belong to my grandpa. This is a shelf of unread books. I believe they're all unread, and they're kind of fantasy and such. The Marbury Lens by Andrew Smith. The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. Welcome to Nightville by Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Cranor. Stardust by Neil Gaiman, the special edition. The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray. The Testing by Joël Charbonneau. I hope I'm saying that right. Shatter Me by Tahara Mafi. Red Rising by Pierce Brown. Mind Games and Perfect Lies by Kirsten White. Unwind by Neil Schusterman. The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. The Wrath in the Dawn by Renee Audier. An Ember in the Ashes by Sabah Tahir. Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This is the only book on this shelf that I have read, and it is The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. And lastly, Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. This next shelf is a mix of some read and some unread, but mostly unread. Abarat and the sequel to Abarat, Days of Magic and Nights of War by Clive Barker. The Program, The Treatment, and the Remedy by Suzanne Young. A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. The Air by Kiera Cass. Cinder, Scarlet, and Cress by Marissa Meyer. Shadow and Bone, Siege and Storm, and Rune and Rising by Lee Bardugo. The Darkest Minds, Never Fade, and In the Afterlife by Alexandra Bracken. The Lost Hero, The Son of Neptune, and the Mark of Athena by Rick Riordan. And lastly, These Broken Stars, This Shattered World, and Their Fractured Life by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. The third shelf here is all read books. Uglies, Pretties, and Specials by Scott Westerfeld. I also own the 4th companion novel, which is called Extras by Scott Westerfeld, but it's currently being borrowed by my friend Bailey. The Shadowhunters Codex by Cassandra Clare and Joshua Lewis. The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. The Selection, The Elite, and The One by Kiera Cass. The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer by The Diviners by Libba Bray. The Host by Stephanie Meyer. Truthwitch by Susan Dennard. And lastly, Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. Now we've gotten to the point where you see these books pretty much all the time. In front of the books is my wand that is Professor McGonagall's wand from Harry Potter World in Florida, and my Mischief Managed jar that I made myself that has my username on it and some little walking because it's like the map. And I made this for the first biannual bibliothon. These are my currently challenges that I've pulled already. The illustrated edition of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling, illustrated by Jim Kay. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, The Tales of Beetle the Bard, and Quidditch Through the Ages, all part of the Hogwarts Library written by J.K. Rowling. Look at Hedwig's feet up here. The series of Harry Potter written by J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Okay. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and lastly, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. The Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare, Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, and Clockwork Princess. The Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas, Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire, and Queen of Shadows. And then we have the last shelf on this first bookshelf here, and this book is upside down. Life and Death by Stephanie Meyer, The Twilight series by Stephanie Meyer, Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, which is naked, and Breaking Dawn, The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner and Eclipse novella by Stephanie Meyer, A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, the Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan, The Lightning Thief, The Sea of Monsters, The Titan's Curse, The Battle of the Labyrinth, and The Last Olympian, the bind-up of Philip Pullman's His Dark Materials, which includes The Golden Compass, The Subtle Knife, and The Amber Spyglass. The Girl Who Played with Fire and The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest by Stieg Larsson. I used to own The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, but I let somebody borrow it and never got it back. Red Queen by Victoria Aviar. And lastly, for this shelf, Wicked by Gregory Maguire. Moving on to my second shelf, which it lands in my living room technically, even though we have a studio. This is the bottom shelf here, and we'll be moving up this way. Firstly, I have here Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell, Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn, Echoes by Laura Tisdall, Where Things Come Back by John Corey Whaley, The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold, We Were Liars by E. Lockhart, Life of Pi by Jan Martel, The Help by Catherine Stockett, Water for Elephants by Sarah Gruen, Royal Wedding by Meg Cabot, My True Love Gave to Me, edited by Stephanie Perkins, Silver Linings Playbook by Matthew Quick, 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher, Volition by Lily Parody, Speak by Lori Halse Anderson, Wonder by R.J. Palacio, The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven, The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky, My Sister's Keeper by Jodi Picoult, Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, Cut Both Ways by Carrie Mesrobian, Will Grayson by John Green and David Levithan, Paper Towns by John Green, The Divine Secrets of the Ya-Ya Sisterhood by Rebecca Wells, Ignite by Lily Parody. This second shelf is all unread contemporaries. Burned by Ellen Hopkins, Impulse by Ellen Hopkins, Go Ask Alice by Anonymous, Night Film by Marisha Pessel featuring a very annoying sticker, All the Truth That's in Me by Julie Berry, You by Carolyn Kepnes, My Sister Rosa by Justine Larbellestier, Please Ignore Vera Dietz by A.S. King, Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys, A Madness So Discreet by Mindy McGinnis, The Reader by Bernard Schlink, Confess by Colleen Hoover, Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover, Girl Online by Zoe Sugg, Meant to Be by Lauren Morrill, 99 Days by Katie Catugno, Choker by Elizabeth Woods, Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli, Are We There Yet by David Levithan, The Realm of Possibility by David Levithan, The Beginning of Everything by Robin Schneider, Looking for Alaska by John Green, This Song Will Save Your Life by Layla Sales, 100 Sideways Miles by Andrew Smith, Stand Off by Andrew Smith. This is the sequel to Winger, which I have read but I do not own. Every Last Word by Tamara Island Stone, Dumplin', Go Big or Go Home by Julie Murphy, Let It Snow, 3 Holiday Romances by John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren Miracle. Then we have my textbooks and graphic novels and nonfiction and children's books shelf, which is just basically a whole mix of everything that I don't own a whole lot of, although there are more textbooks than you would think. So first we have Post Secret, Confessions on Life, Death, and God by Frank Warren, Little Princess Kaiulani in Her Garden by the Sea by Ellie Crow, We Shake in a Quake by Hannah Gelman Given, Galimoto by Karen Lynn Williams. My personal favorite, This is a Great Place for a Hot Dog Stand by Barney Salzberg. Seussical Jr. student book, which is music by Stephen Flaherty. I was in this play in 8th grade and I really liked it. This is technically Matt's book, Through the Woods by Emily Carroll. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, a graphic novel by Stevenson, Kamowski, and Shejbal. The City of Ember, the graphic novel by Jean Dupreau. Binge by Tyler Oakley. The original Post-Secret book by Frank Warren. The Little Baby Teachings of Buddha, edited by Jack Cornfield. The Bean Trees by Barbara Kingsolver. 3 Cups of Tea, One Man's Mission to Promote Peace, One School at a Time by Greg Mortensen and David Oliver Rellan. The Statues That Walked, Unraveling the Mystery of Easter Island by Terry Hunt and Carl Lippo. Bone Voyage, A Journey in Forensic Anthropology by Stanley Ryan. My California, Journeys by Great Writers, edited by Donna Wares. Always Running, La Vida Loca, Gang Days in LA by Louis J. Rodriguez. Village on the Edge, Changing Times in Papua New Guinea by Michael French Smith. Nan, The Life of an Irish Traveling Woman by Sharon Gamelch. The Forest People by Colin M. Turnbull. The Invisible Culture, Communication in Classroom and Community on the Warm Springs Indian Reservation by Susan Ermston Phillips. Deaf Like Me by Thomas S. Spradley, James P. Spradley, and an epilogue by Lynn Spradley. On this shelf is where I keep my Harry Potter Martyrs map. This shelf is all unread fantasy, sci-fis, etc. The Wicked Grimmery, which is a big book of photos from the original Broadway play. The Glass Arrow by Kristen Simmons. Magonia by Maria Devana Headley. The Scandalous Sisterhood of Prickwillow Place by Julie Berry. Lies Beneath by Anne Greenwood Brown. The Anna Dressed in Blood duology, Anna Dressed in Blood and Girl of Nightmares by Kendar Blake. Zeros by Scott Westerfeld. Perfected by Kate Jarvik Birch. Leviathan by Scott Westerfeld. Glow by Amy Kathleen Ryan. The Forest of Hands and Teeth by Carrie Ryan. Even Adam by Michael Grant and Catherine Applegate. Elsewhere by Gabrielle Zevin. Seraphina by Rachel Hartman. The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. Noggin by John Corey Whaley. Aragon by Christopher Paolini. Warm Bodies by Isaac Marion. On this shelf are some classics, mostly classics, and then I do have this pile of my current textbooks that I'm using right now. The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis, including The Magician's Nephew, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, The Horse and His Boy, Prince Caspian, The Voyage on the Dawn Treader, The Silver Chair, and The Last Battle. A naked copy of One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest by Ken Kesey. The Complete Grimm's Fairy Tales, illustrated by Joseph Scharl, and they're by the Grimm brothers, obviously. The Complete Sherlock Holmes Volume 2 by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley in the beautiful Barnes & Noble special editions. The Vagina Monologues by Eve Ensler. A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf by Edward Albee. This is a play that I did a monologue from in my senior year, and it is so funny. A Wrinkle in Time and A Wind in the Door by Madeline L'Engle. What Dreams May Come by Richard Matheson. The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. My Dog Skip by Willie Morris. The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. The Boy in the Striped Pajamas by John Boyne. Don't read this if you don't want to sob. The Book Thief by Marcus Suzak. And Poets of the New Century, which is edited by Roger Weingarten and Richard M. Higgerson. Then lastly, my top shelf here is some of my newer books, hauled books over here, and then these are my most recent hauls and just kind of a mix of read and unread, mostly unread though, I think. But my first thing I have here is my only VHS I have left that I can't even watch because I don't have a VHS player, and it is James and the Giant Peach. This is Matt's second and only other book, The Empire Striketh Back by Ian Dosher, and it's the William Shakespeare version, and it's hilarious. Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, once again with another ugly sticker. Afterworlds by Scott Westerfeld. City of Bones, the special edition by Cassandra Clare. The Daughter of Smoke and Bones trilogy by Laini Taylor. Daughter of Smoke and Bone, Days of Blood and Starlight, and Dreams of God and Monsters. I am not going to pull out this other box set of the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling since I did show you the other one. Then I have just the dust jacket of The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness because my sister is currently borrowing it. And then over in this corner I have some review copies that have been sent to me. That is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Comment down below what I should read next, because I have so many new books that I just want to read all of them and I can't decide, and so therefore I need some help. I hope you guys enjoyed. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Comment down below all the things, and I'll see you guys next time with a new video. Bye!